In addition to the electric wiper upgrade, I want to upgrade my washer. So this is a vacuum powered washer, and if you go back in my videos you'll see that I actually did get it to work, but I don't think that the pressure was high enough in order to get the washers to actually work. Two theories. So one is that the pressure wasn't high enough, and two, that there's like an O gasket underneath this piece that's not letting any water actually make it to the nozzle. I cleaned out the nozzles, but again, we'll see. What I want to do today is I want to kind of jerry rig up a little mechanism to see if I can't get the washers to work before I actually permanently install it. Here's the pump that I bought. It's a typical universal pump. The way it works is it draws fluid from this side and then squirts it out this side. I believe I can use it, at a sideways angle versus standing straight up. We're just going to have to see what happens. But I'm going to test using this first. So I have my jumper wires hooked up to this pump with a new pigtail. I know that you want the pump as close to the source as you can get it, so fuel pumps need to be as close to the gas tank, and water pumps should usually be in the reservoir, or at least at the bottom. We're going to see if this works, see if this pumps up anything with any more pressure than the original one. So let's see how this goes. I don't feel like that's pumping anything. I think it can't pull it up that much length. I think that's the issue that I have. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, I ditched the jar. Now we have a jug. So it's plugged into this milk jug. And now it is plugged into the washer system on the car. Let's see what it does when it's actually full of water. Still not getting anything. I feel like the pump on the vacuum pump worked better. Alright, test number 3. I have the milk jug with the pump pointed up, which is how it is, mounted on the vehicle. I don't know if that makes any kind of a difference, but we'll see. I don't think it's going to. Nothing. Makes no sense at all. I also tried the pump in the engine bay facing up. Didn't work. And I also tried the pump in the engine bay facing down. It's not working. Nothing's coming out of this jug. I don't understand how it doesn't work, and I'll show you why. So this Suburban has the exact same pump, and it's down inside the bumper, facing down on the bottom of the tank, and it pumps it all the way to the top. It's the same distance. It's the same kind of system, and I don't get it. I don't know why it's not working. I think I found part of the problem. There's a metal tube underneath the dash that connects the hose through the firewall to the hose that's up above the inside the dash, and I can't see any light through this, so I'm gonna blow it out. It had a bunch of rusty water come out of one end. I'm thinking this is part of the reason. This might not be the whole reason. I think I put this in last time I did it. I don't remember, but it's going back as plastic. Definitely will not be metal. Well, I blew it out, and it's not as clogged as I thought it was. It's somewhat clogged. I'm still going to replace it and then try it again. Alright, we got a little bit of progress. I replaced that tube, ran the pump again, and then we get water coming out. There's some leaves. We get water coming out in this cowl area. So it's almost to the squirters. I took the squirters out hoping that they were the issue, but they're not. So let me show you what happened. So if we're getting water to this one, it means we're getting water probably to the other one too. See how that leaks just down in there? Anyway, so it all comes, draining out of here, which I'm assuming these seals probably need to be replaced because there's actual drains they're supposed to come out of. But anyway, As long as it doesn't go in the car, that's all I care about. So now I have to figure out how to remove these wiper arms and get underneath this piece. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Here is the wiper arm bezel, for lack of a better term, removed. It's just a nut that holds it on. It all comes off. It's best to lube it. So there's this. This is a rubber-like cap-looking piece that goes into that. And the problem is, I think that rubber cap is super dried out, and because of that, it never makes it up to the top. From here to here, it just leaks out the bottom, which we will now test. Now that I got it off, we can test and see what kind of liquid we get out of it this time around. Woo! Okay. Check that out. I have the pump upside down, actually. That should be enough to go through a squirter and go on a windshield, for sure. Let's take the other side out and see if we can't remake that rubber. In removing these arms, the issue that you're going to run into is this guard. So it sweeps along with the wiper arm, as you can see. And most wiper arms, you just kind of pop the little clip and pull them off, but this will get in the way. So what I found I've had to do is I had to loosen this nut first. The other side was loose, this one isn't. And then once everything's loose, it all comes off in one unit. Alright guys, check this out. Yep, that one's clogged pretty bad. That is also clogged pretty bad. And you wonder why water didn't even get close to coming up this direction. So see if we can't clean these out, retest it. Once I get water coming out of here, see if we can't make new rubber ends for those little things. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure something out. Got the little hole cleaned out with a paper clip. And it wasn't as bad as, honestly, this piece. This piece, that's the worst. I have to get to working on that one. But we're going to test it again, see what happens. Ew, it's muddy. Alright, so now we have water coming out of both sides. That's improvement. We need to figure out how to seal these little nubs up right here, and then how to run this pump off of the old bottle. So the original rubber seals have kind of a cone shape on them. And I don't have, you obviously can't buy that. So I took this small diameter hose, the only hose I have that would fit, and I cut it basically the length onto there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to attach it, push it on as hard as I can with the nut without the wiper on it, and then see if I can get water out of it without it leaking everywhere. Oh, look, there it goes. It's working. That right there should be enough. Now, I couldn't really tell if it was leaking underneath, but I mean, does it really matter if it is? I get the wife out here to do this. Alright. Did it get you?
Yeah.
Ready. I mean, it looks like it leaks a little bit, but you know, what can you do? After new rubber seals and after new little nozzles and after aiming them, this is what we get. So I think right about the top of the wiper blade is where I want it to aim. This one's a little low, it only goes to about here, and the other one, you can see the water on the roof. It was squirting over the car, but when you're using these, obviously it's when you have a dirty windshield, so you don't care about water spots or anything like that, but I think we're pretty good. I think we have all the hose and rubber figured out. It does still leak a little bit from down here, but I'll tell you what, the little cone-shaped nubbin right here, it's hard to find a piece of hose that's this big outside diameter and that small inside diameter. That's the issue that I'm having. So I might keep looking, but for now they work and I can move on to other things. So now I got to figure out how to mount this pump so that it will work with the stock jar. We'll see.